Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Anna Kessler here with the new video tutorial, and today I'm going to show you 8 really cool art tricks. The first one is using your fingers. Nobody said that you need a brush to add paint to your project. I like to use my fingers sometimes. It gives me more control of how much paint I add and where exactly I add it. I know it results in dirty fingers, but I kind of like it. So don't be shy or afraid of using your fingers to add paint for a special effect. Next, I really like using different sizes of sponges to add paint or markings. So this one is, I got it at a makeup store, and it basically comes in a round shape. So you can use it to add little paint circles on your project, an art journal page, mixed media canvas, whatever you want. It works like a stamp actually, and you can simply stamp your page with whatever shape of brush that you have. Obviously it needs to be from foam or something like that, because if you have bristles it will not really work. Again, using my fingers to add paint, I really like that. So let's see how this art journal page looks when I finished it. I really like it. The flowers, the butterfly, all the textures and layers that are on the page really look cool. So next I have a few more hacks for you that are really cool and everybody can do it, and it really gives your project a fun look. So use your toilet paper rolls as stamps. You simply dip them in color or paint and then stamp your project. You can also use the back side of your brush for little dots. Instead of using a pen, you already have paint out, so just dip your end of a brush. You have different sizes, it will make different dots, and again use it as a stamp to add dots on your canvas, on your art journal page, or whatever it is you're working on. This is how the page looks when it is finished. See all those little yellow dots from when I did with the brush, or all the toilet paper roll stamps. Next is a hack that I really like. I had some leftover crayons, so I glued them to a cover of an art journal, and then I use my heat tool to heat them up, and then what happened is that they melted. I really love this look. It takes a few minutes, but then they start to melt and ooze, and that is such a beautiful look. So this is a really nice hack. You will need to use it on something sturdy like a chipboard or canvas, not on a regular paper. First of all, the crayons have weight, and then the heat also adds something to the page that it needs to handle. So this is how the cover looks when I finished it, with all the crayons that are oozing on the front. Again, use it on something sturdy, and not just on a plain piece of paper. I don't think even cardstock will hold. Next is another hack with paint. Instead of using just a regular bristle brush, again, you can use a foam brush. This is something that kids use in kindergarten, or to apply glue usually, but I sometimes like to use it when I apply paint on a canvas or another surface. The great thing about it, it has no markings, and it's really fun using. So just instead of a regular brush, use a foam brush. And actually, I think they're cheaper as well. So, and I mix the paints directly on the canvas. And this is what I get. Isn't that cool? Just with a very cheap brush. Then you can add another tool to your arsenal, and that is an old plastic card. Any credit card or gift card will do. And this is like a palette knife. And you can simply use this to create patterns and spread the paint around your project. This is the canvas when it's finished. What I like about it is that you can look at it from any direction because it's an abstract. So you can choose whatever direction you like for this canvas. All the tutorials will be listed under the video, so you can look at the full tutorials of everything that I show here. Next hack is with Vaseline. Yes, that old regular Vaseline. You simply apply it on a surface with your fingers or with a brush, and then you cover it with acrylic paint. The acrylic paint rejects the oily Vaseline because that is oil-based. And then when the paint dries, you take a paper towel and simply remove the paint from the areas where the Vaseline was. And then you can add another layer. And you get a really cool effect of peeled paint. I really like that. So you simply add different colors, different layers every time you need your layer to be completely dry. And then you remove the paint from where the Vaseline was. And of course you have a control where the Vaseline is going to be because you were the one that added it. So you can add a lot or you can add a little. And that looks really, really cool. I really like this. So again, like I said, all the tutorials, all the videos for the projects that I made here are going to be listed on the bottom of in the description on the bottom under the video. So you can go ahead and add as many layers as you want to your project with the Vaseline technique, and this is how it looks when it's finished. Isn't that cool? I really hope you like these art hacks and that you'll give them a try. They're really easy to make, and they add a new look and an interesting look to every project that you make. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time.